What's up, guys? Welcome back to Relationship Talk Unfiltered podcast. My name is Prophet Eneh, and I'm super excited to have you guys joining me back in today's episode. I think this should be episode 7 of our podcast, and I have a very interesting topic that I would like to share with us, which I believe that everybody needs to hear and learn from. Before I get into the topic, I would like to encourage you, if you have not watched or listened to our last episode 6, where I had a guest, Keisha Cox, where we talked in depth about what it means to be equally yoked in a relationship or marriage, then I'll advise you that after listening to this podcast, that you do well to go back and watch that particular one, so that you will know as a Christian what you need to get right, so that you can be equally yoked with the person that you have intention to settle down with. I believe that video will bless you so much. Or you can listen, this is a podcast, so you can also listen to the podcast version on Anchor or Spotify or any podcast platform. You can get it there. So today I would like to share this topic that I titled Things Men Prioritize When They Are Looking for a Wife. And I think I'll be doing different episodes on this based on the fact that I want to talk about things men prioritize. And maybe next episode, I'll talk about things women prioritize. And also, I'll be talking about what I think we should prioritize, because everything I'm going to be sharing on this particular series that I'm about to start today, it's connected to each other in a way. So you get the whole gist by the time you watch this and watch the next episode and watch the next episode, or listen to the episode, as the case may be. But for today, we're going to be starting with things men prioritize when they are looking for a wife. I hope you are ready. But before we go into this, I want to encourage you, if you are watching on YouTube, to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Like this video if you enjoy it during the course of watching it, and also don't forget to share. And if you are listening on any of the podcast platform, I will encourage you to also rate this video and rate the audio version of it, so that people tend to listen more to it. Share with your friends, and God will bless you as you do that. So today, like I said, things men prioritize when they are looking for a wife. What are those things you want to know? Yeah. So here's the thing. I want to put out this disclaimer before I start. So I'm not trying to say that everybody is prioritizing this. Remember, I use the word prioritize. That means these are like the most important things most men. So based on the fact that I've looked at what most men are looking for, so that's what I'm sharing with you. I'm not saying that it applies to everybody, but then when we talk about majority, it applies to majority. You might be different. This might be you. This might not be you as a man. But then at the end of the day, it's there. It's there. So you have to think about it. So I want to put out that disclaimer first of all, so that we understand this. So the next thing I would like to also let us understand that everybody is looking for something. Some people want to marry for different reasons. Like the reason why I might want to get married might be different from the reason why somebody else might want to get married. I might want to get married because I want a partner that I can partner with, love, cherish, and all those stuff. Some people get married because of money. They want to be financially secure. Some other people get married because they are lonely. Some other people get married because they want to gain fame. Different reason. Everybody's looking for different things. And most people would get married or maybe look for a life partner based on the reason why they want to get married. So that's like there's an exception there. So that's one thing. Then the other thing I've discovered is that men and women don't prioritize the same thing when it comes to looking for a life partner. Men are looking for something different, and women are looking for something different. This is not to say that we're not looking for similar things. Yeah, we're looking for someone that will love us, care for us, be kind to us. These are general things we know. But then when it comes to finding a life partner, there are some key things men prioritize, women don't. And there are some key things women prioritize that men don't. I'm not saying that they don't look for it, but remember the key word here is prioritize. So for example, there could be 100 things that everybody's looking for, or whoever wants to get married, men or women, are looking for, but then there are top things that are on the top of their list. There is a priority. So that's what we're saying, like maybe top 5, top 10. And today I think I'll be sharing the top 5 things I think men prioritize when they are looking for a wife. So when God made the world and created man and woman, he created the woman from the man. So God took out the ribs of the woman and made the man. So it's more of like there is a hole but then God caused a separation, kind of, and placed it in two different beings so that both of them will want and desire each other. You get my point? So there's something that the woman has that the man is looking for. Maybe something that was a part of him originally from the beginning of time when the woman was not there. That thing that was taken out of him to make the woman, because it wasn't brought back. The Bible didn't record that God took this the rib of the man and made woman and then brought it back and put it back. No. It was taken and it was never returned. So the way it can be returned is when a man and a woman come together to become husband and a wife. Then that thing that was taken is returned. I don't know if that makes sense. So there is something that men are looking for and there is something that women are looking for. So a man is technically looking for that thing that was taken from him to make the woman, and the woman is looking for that thing that is in the man that completes her. I'm not saying anybody's incomplete, don't get me wrong, but then you get the logic behind this. Men are looking for something different, women are looking for, and the Bible already confirmed it, that we are looking for different things. That's why today you see what men prioritize is different, because we are all looking for two different things. But like I said earlier, there are some few other things that are the same that we're looking for. So diving into this video today, what are those 5 top things that I believe that men prioritize when looking for a wife? This is interesting. This number 1 is interesting. The first thing that a lot of men prioritize when it comes to looking for a wife is, what is this woman's history? Men prioritize the past of a woman more than they prioritize her future. Men prioritize this because the fact that most times women hold the key to a lot of things that happen in relationship and marriages. Like I normally explain, for example, it's a woman who determines if a relationship will happen or not. It's a woman who determines if sex will take place in that relationship or not. It's a woman who determines if the marriage or the wedding or they have a lot of power. But the problem is that most of them don't realize that. So that's why men prioritize that past, because if a man, for example, wants to get into a relationship, it's just like a man looking for a job. You don't get the role unless the person at the other end, the HR of the company or the company itself, accepts you. But you can apply. So that's basically what men do in this dating world or in this relationship thing. Men place in their application and the women approve those applications. So if a woman doesn't approve the application of a man, that relationship would not hold. So if a man asks a lady, I like you, I want to be with you, and the woman says no, it will not happen. You get my point? So it's the woman that determines if this relationship will work. And that also goes to the part of sex too. It's a woman that determines if sex will happen in that relationship or not. So that's why most men say that women have more access to sex. So for example, it will take a man a lot of time to get to convince a lady to have sex with him. It will take a lot of time. But then, to be honest with you, I'm not trying to be carnal here. To be honest with you, if a woman, let's talk reality. If a woman comes out right now and says she wants to have sex, for example, a lot of guys will line up immediately. Like a lot. They will line up to get it. But then if a man says he wants it, he won't really get it that much. He won't really have the kind of audience a woman will get. So that's the thing. So there's this ideology that men have that if it's easy for her to get this thing, and then when we look back at it and then she has slept with a lot of guys or she has done a lot of things, that means that person doesn't have character. That person doesn't have control over their body. They are for the streets. That's the way they put it. You are for the streets. Everything goes through you. Every guy comes around, they do and go. So I think that's the focus. So that's why they care about so much for the past of a woman more than her future. I think that's one of the main reasons why guys do that. So that's why I encourage most ladies, here, see, if you really want to get the guy you want, you have to think about the consequences of every action you are taking today. Because there is this thing about, hey, enjoy your 20s, have fun, do whatever you want, explore, enjoy life. But here's the thing, men will look back at your past. They will want to know what happened. What kind of human being are you before they want to settle? That's why it's so funny how some ladies allow themselves to be messed up by guys, and then those guys will go ahead to look for ladies who are more homely, more peaceful, more kept together and all those stuff to get married to, while leaving the wild ones behind. Because you see how there is a debate right now in the world. You see in the secular world how they are debating body counts and the rest. You see how they are debating all those stuff. That's because to them they believe that it doesn't matter for men. And funny enough, as much as I don't want to talk about this, if you look at it, you discover that most women don't even care about that of men. But you see how most men, like, remember what I said, I'm trying to be very careful here. I'm talking about most. I'm not saying all, most. So that's why most men care so much about how many guys a lady has slept with in her past and whatever. So if you allow yourself to get to have a bad past, it might come later to haunt you in the future when it comes to settling down. I'm not saying you will never get to settle down, but then you just have to think about it. You might not end up with what you actually wanted. So most men don't want to deal with a woman who has had a messed up past. So you have to be careful. I'm not saying there's redemption in Christ. That's the thing. But then there's always going to be a consequence for whatever you do now. So that's why I encourage, be very careful what you're doing right now, because tomorrow you either reap the reward or you reap the consequences of what you have done. So that's the thing. And I really want to say this. I think I forgot, I skipped saying this earlier, but I want to say this because this is one thing that most men and women have to be careful about or keep in mind always. I know you have the right to do whatever you want to do. I know you have the right to live your life. I know you have the right to pursue whatever you want to pursue in life. But here's the thing. I think the major reason why I decided to make this particular podcast and topic is because at the end of the day, a man wants what he wants and a woman wants what he wants. So even if you go ahead to get everything a woman or a man doesn't want, yeah, get it for yourself. But at the end of the day, you have to learn how to get those things that men want to, and those things that women want to. If you don't do that, then you will probably have everything you think you need to have, but then you will not have that particular man or relationship you want to have because you couldn't get yourself to develop that thing that man is looking for in a woman. So you understand what I'm saying? So in as much as you want to be anything you want to be, go ahead and be anything you want to be. But the reason why I'm making this video is for you to know those things that men prioritize, so that you add it to the things that you are improving and doing for yourself, so that you'll be able to get that man at the end of the day. So that is the first thing. The second thing men prioritize so much is the character of the woman. And the character of the woman, this deals with more like her ability to submit and follow. So that's the second thing. So most men don't want to date masculine women. That's the truth. They don't want to date a man, a fellow man, or they don't want to date somebody who not necessarily challenge their authority, but somebody who necessarily doesn't follow or submit. We already know the Bible said submit to your husband as to the Lord. We already know these passages. It's not like we don't know. But I understand the fact that sometimes it's also difficult to submit to men that don't know how to lead. I understand your bias. I understand your opinion about this. But at the end of the day, men want to be with women that listens to them. Men will prefer a woman that has a good character, that listens to him, than a woman that won't listen but she makes six figure. They don't care about your money. So you have to develop that character. You have to come to that place that even if you have all the whole money, you are still listening to this man and what he has to say. You're allowing him to lead. So you have to develop good character. You have to be that person that he will want to spend more time with, he will feel confident about. So your character is very, very important. And one thing I've discovered about so many ladies is that when it comes to character, I know it seems like the world is against women in a way, like the world wants to tell women what they should do and all those stuff. In as much as these things are getting too much, at the same time, as a person, always step a little bit back and ask yourself, these things that is being said, as a woman, am I on the actual right track of it? Am I supposed to be where a virtuous woman should be? And if you are not, then you have to backtrack and then work on those things about yourself. I think that's the goal, because at the end of the day, remember, you want a home, you want a husband, so you have to get in line to get those things so that the man can want to be with you. Relax. Don't worry, we'll do what women prioritize. So I'll still talk to men. I'll still take your side. Let me take the men's side for now. So yeah, we'll get to that. So, but get what I'm saying. So your character is very, very important to the man. I hope you understand that. Then the third thing that men prioritize is physical look. Physical look. Yeah. Men prioritize how beautiful a woman looks. It's actually, there's this saying that you can get the man with the container, but you keep him with the content. You can get, most men, it's usually we are moved by what we see. So we get to first of all see the person, like the beauty, the physique. That's why most women put so much emphasis on, or putting importance on, how they dress, how they look, and all those stuff, which is very good. I'm not saying don't do that, but yeah, people that know me know I have an issue when it becomes too much. So you have to try as much as possible to look good. See, there's this thing I want people to understand, is that no matter how you look, you are the best. There's difference between beauty and attraction. That's one thing you have to understand as a woman. There's difference between beauty and attraction. Beauty, they say, is in the eyes of the beholder, but then beauty is it's just there. That you are beautiful as a lady doesn't necessarily mean you will attract the best of men. It doesn't necessarily mean that you attract the finest man or the richest man, because beauty is different from attraction. That's why no matter how you look as a woman, you need to take care of yourself. And this thing doesn't have to be expensive. Just take a good bath, wash your clothes, wear good clothes, smell nice. You don't want to raise up your hand and then and there's fire on the mountain. You don't want to have a strong body odor or whatever. There are some people I've come across, like when you come across them, you hold yourself so much that you don't speak, so that you just do fast and leave that environment, because the person that they are standing close to, you know what I'm saying? So you have to take care of yourself. You have to look good. Like I already established, you are beautiful no matter how you look, because there's difference between beauty and attraction. I've seen people that have way, like, if you ask me, is this person beautiful? I can tell you, yes, yeah, undoubtedly, yeah, this person is so beautiful. But then at the same time, if you ask me, do you find this lady attractive? I'll tell you no, but she's beautiful. You get what I'm saying? She's beautiful, but I don't find her attractive. That's the magic in it. So don't think that you are not beautiful. The fact that, yeah, we know beauty when we see beauty, but then remember, it's in the eyes of the beholder. It's based on the person who is looking. So I might acknowledge that this thing is beautiful, but then I'm not attracted to it. And then there is another lady that, yes, in reality, this other lady is more beautiful. But then I'm looking at this other lady that others are rating lower than this other lady, and she is the one that I find so attractive, and she is the one that I want to be with. And also not just because of her beauty, but because I've also seen her character. I've also seen that she has a good history. She has a good past. You see what I'm saying? So it's not just about the beauty. But men will prioritize the physical look. But then I think the point I'm trying to drive home with this is that don't think you are not beautiful no matter what. There's someone out there for you. As long as you take care of yourself, it's not about your face. It's not about your figure. I know you think it's about the figure or the face, but let me tell you, there are women out there who don't have the figure eights, they don't have the big breasts and all those stuff, but they are happily married to good men, handsome men, like good. When I say good men, I mean like every good woman's dream husband. That's what they have, but they don't have all those stuff. They don't have all those physique and all those stuff. So when I'm talking about physical stuff, it's not necessarily about the shape and those stuff. Yeah, the shape might count for some people, but not everybody. You get my point? So try as much as possible to work on your body, work on yourself. Yeah, if you're fat, for those that want to slim down, slim down. If you want to do something, do what you want to do. But then at the end of the day, I think the priority is not on the shape, like I said earlier. It's more on the outcome of it. Like, for example, when you speak, what's your breath like? When you are standing, what's your body odor like? And all those stuff. I think then, are you taking care of your skin? Are you allowing your skin to just misbehave? You know what I'm saying? It's not about the beauty. I'm trying to make this point very strong, so you get it. It's not about the beauty. It's not about the beauty. It's about how you take care of the body. So yeah, I think that's the thing. Men prioritize the physical. So you attract a man. That's the first thing a man sees. He sees you from afar, and then he wants to come and get to know the inner person. Because most times we don't know the inner person until we come close. So that's one thing men prioritize when they are looking for a woman. So take care of yourself. Wash your clothes. Buy new inner wears for yourself. You don't have to wear that inner wear that you like wearing that has been like 10 years or 20 years in your box. You can get new things and stuff like that. So yeah, get that. So the next thing that men prioritize is a woman that has family values. A woman that has family values. And when I talk about family values, I mean the cooking, the cleaning, the nurturing, all the stuff. You know what I'm talking about? All the stuff that has to do with caring for the home. So that's a priority. I think this is like it's on the top list of most men. Like, they want that woman who will come in, take care of the home, take care of the kid, nurture them, and all those stuff. Yeah, I know that many women have issue with cooking and cleaning and all those stuff. Yeah, I'm also someone that advocate for men to learn how to cook, learn how to clean, learn how to do all those stuff in the house. But then at the end of the day, for example, if you are going towards having a traditional kind of marriage, like the kind of marriage where the man provides, protects, and all those stuff, and the woman cares for the home and all those stuff, then you need to ensure that you train yourself to be that woman who knows how to do those things. And even if you are with a man who doesn't really care about how much you can cook, at the same time, you want to learn how to do those things. So here's the thing. Most times some men might not even care so much about these things, but then you have to learn how to do it too, because you have to manage your family. It's your family. You have to learn how to manage the family, learn how to take care of the family, take care of your kids, and you have to learn how to do it even if the man doesn't care so much. And yeah, men are coming up gradually today. We are encouraging them to also learn how to do those things. Yeah, so men are looking for women who have family values, who care about families. And I think this also applies to how you treat extended family members too, because you know the relationship that men have with their mothers and all those stuff. I don't want to go down all this Hakim, whatever. Abi Hakim, Abi what. That's not even the point. But then men and their family and all those stuff. As much as you are close to your own family, you want to get yourself to you want to be that kind of woman that brings the whole family together. Not the woman that is fighting with the mother-in-law. I know that there are some for the mother-in-law that are frustrating, but then you want to be that woman that brings the family together, the woman that is the best friend of her mother-in-law. You want to be that kind of woman, and it's possible. It's possible. It's not even extra work. Personally, to me, I just feel like it's not even extra work. All you just need to do is to care for the woman the way you care for your mother. It's as simple as that. Unless that woman has issues on her own. But then it's as simple as being caring for his family members. And hopefully he cares about your family members too. Yeah, we'll tackle that next week. But yeah, reach out, know how they're doing, do as much as you can, allow the family to grow, because you are joining the family. So forget all this in there. Some crazy men are saying that the wife is not a member, is not a part of the family. No. They don't know anything about marriage. They don't even listen to those ones. So all you need to do is to try, as you're coming into this new family and you're trying to build this family with this man, your own family, try as much as possible to accommodate the family member, treat them in a nice way. I'm not saying take their excesses or whatever, but then you know how to hold the bond. Don't be that kind of wife that comes in and then you want to tear the man away from his family. You want to cause separation or whatever. No. Be that woman that glues, even if he's having issues with you, but be that woman that wants to bring him to become close to his own family. Yeah, as much as he would do that for you too. Everything I'm saying here goes both ways. Let me just put it that way so that you will not think that I'm just talking to the women and then saying women should go and die or whatever. No, it goes both ways. Men has to play their own role too. Yeah, I acknowledge that. But remember, this is addressing women. So we have to address women. You get my point. Okay, so what is the next thing? Men prioritize women that support them. Yeah, because the whole idea of getting a wife, the whole idea of getting married, like the Bible said that a man shall leave his father and be joined to a wife, and the two shall become one. It said it's not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helpmate for him. So the whole point is somebody to come and help him, somebody to come and support him and the rest. So if you want to get that man, if you want to be that choice the man selects, you have to develop yourself to be a supportive wife, to be a supportive woman. So it also starts maybe in the place of friendship. Maybe you're friends with him and you like him, or maybe you are still about dating or whatever. How much support are you? I'm not saying carry his vision on his head and start running for him. No. Like, how much are you there for him? How much are you encouraging him to keep pushing, even in trying times, even when it looks like the business is not working and there are challenges? How much support are you giving to him? It could be words of affirmation. It could be you going extra mile to maybe research options to send to him to help him. You might be you sending in the application, praying for him, staying awake in the night with him to probably do the interview, whatever. It's more like you play that supporting role so that he sees that you got his back. So that even when he's out there facing the world, trying to provide for the family, doing everything, he knows that he has a supportive wife who will back him. And you can do this. It's not that hard. You just have to love this man and want him to succeed. That's all you need. Love him and want him to succeed. And then you show him the support that you want him to succeed. So, I don't know. These are the 5 things. There are so many more that things men are looking for, but I believe that these are the 5 things that men prioritize when they are looking for a wife. So the first thing is that they care so much about this woman's part. They prioritize it. So, like I said, I encourage you. Don't go out there to say, I'm enjoying my 20s and allow yourself to do a lot of things that will come later in the future to haunt you. I'm not saying I like it that the fact that men are prioritizing the woman's past or whatever, but then it is what it is. Even a Christian man, even me as a good guy, even me as a Christian man, I know Christ has forgiven you, but then personally, I'm still human. There are some things that I might hear, or there are some things I might see that you have done in the past that personally, emotionally, as a human being, I might struggle to accept. So, when you look at these things, and yeah, it goes both ways too. Sometimes there are some things you hear about the man that you might struggle to accept too. There are people that don't want to get married to single mothers or single fathers and stuff. It's based on what you did in the past. Now it's there in the future, haunting you or whatever. So, in as much as somebody is they are telling you go out there, enjoy life, have fun, enjoy your 20s, do whatever, party, whatever you're doing, I just want to encourage you to ensure that it's not something that will come in the future to haunt you. Your most important moment in life is the present, because it's the present that determines the future and it reflects the past. So whatever and it becomes the past. it affects the future and it becomes the past. So whatever you are doing right now, it will someday become your past, and you probably might be judged based on that. And whatever you are doing right now will probably design your future. So you have to take charge of now. Your now is very, very important. Let's assume that you have done crazy stuff and yeah, you can't change your past, right? Now is your new time to shape that past, the kind of past you want to have in 10 years time. So start now to design the past you want to have in 10 years time, and also the future you want to have in 10 years time. So right now is the time. So don't do things that you know that will make a man not want to be with you. And it starts with holding your body. Don't allow every guy to have access to you, because when we talk about women's past, this is like the tipping point. This is where it happens when it comes to the woman's sexual escapade and whatever. So be very careful. Be very, very, very careful. So I think, yeah, that's the past. Then we have talked about her character as a person. You have to have good character, respectful. You know what all these things you're saying, the peace of a man. The man likes peace, whatever. He likes respect, and all. It all boils down to your character. If you're somebody who has a bad character, you abuse people, you're not respectful, you don't apologize when you're wrong, you have pride, and all that, as the list goes on, no good man will want to settle with you, because they don't want to deal with all those things. So you have to take your time to work on yourself. What are the qualities of a virtuous woman? What are the qualities? Go and read Proverbs 31. Find the qualities of a virtuous woman. Read good books. Find the qualities, good characters. And if you know you have any bad one, you work on it. You get my point? Remember, you have to become what the man is looking for. In as much as you are becoming some other things for yourself, you still have to become what the man is looking for. So your character, then men are prioritizing your physical look. Like I said, not the beauty, but more like they're attracted to you. Take care of yourself. Look your best. That's what I would say. Look your best. Don't worry about the next. Don't try to start fixing all this nyash, bum and breast and all this enlargement. Don't do it. It's nothing. See, the man that is for you will like you the way you are. That's one thing people will have to start understanding. The man that is for you will like you the way you are, no matter what. So it's best to be your natural self. Then treat that natural self healthily, and then the man for you will come for you. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the next thing. Then the next one we talked about is your family values. Caring, nurturing, raising a family, caring for the kids, caring for the man, taking care of the man and the rest, all those stuff. That's the next thing. And the last thing we talked about is being a supportive partner. Now, I want to twist this a little bit and talk about something else. I think that's the way I'll do it. I want to talk about something else. I want to give you a list, maybe 4 or 5 things that women have that men don't really prioritize, but some women think men prioritize it. And that is why they are probably not getting the man they want. I think that's the way I put it. So I'll do it for the women too. Things that women have that men don't prioritize. They might want it. It might be, remember we said 100, there's a list, 100. I just gave you the top 5. These ones I'm about to mention might be 95 to 100. It's not important to men. They don't really care about it so much. And what is it? Number 1 is your money as a woman. It's only few men, only very, very few, like 2% of men that care about a woman's finance. Most men don't care. So if you are a woman and you are trying to be independent as a woman, you are becoming independent for yourself, not for the man. I want us to get this right. You are becoming independent. You are making money for yourself. I know this might sound controversial. It might sound counter. How do they put that in English again? I know I'm part of those that say, as a woman, you're a helpmate, you have to support financially where you can and all those stuff. But I want you to know that the first thing when it comes to a woman finances, men don't really care about it that much as they care about your character. Because here's the thing, a lot of pressure has been heaped on men to be providers. You are the leader, you provide, you protect and whatever. So men run off with that. We have to provide for our family. And women, most women or some women now came up with the idea of that my money is my money and his money is our money. And men took it again. So now when a man is making money or when a man is trying to build a home, he's not even thinking so much about the woman's money. I know there is this recent culture of things coming up, 50-50 and whatever. I know they are coming up. But here's the thing. They don't really care about your money that much. So a man will prefer a lady who works at McDonald's, who doesn't have a house, but she's respectful, over a lady who is a boss lady, who owns her own business, making 6-figure, but is disrespectful. A man would prefer the other lady any day, anytime. So you see, because of all these things. So you're making money. It's good that you're making that money for yourself. I'm not saying it's bad. So that's what I want you to get. That men don't prioritize these things doesn't mean that it's bad. It's okay for you. Do it for yourself. Gain that money, gain all those stuff. But here's the thing. It's not a priority. So don't try to, because that's one thing most women, I've seen it recently, and that's one mistake most women make. So when they kind of make that money, they start feeling, I don't need a man. What I try to signify to the man is that, oh, you only needed me because you needed somebody to provide for you, not because you actually needed to enjoy what marriage was designed for. So whenever people come out and because they already have money and stuff and they start saying, I don't need a man, kill a man, blah, 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 all those stuff, it shows that they don't even have an idea of what the institution marriage was all about in the first place. They have no idea. They were just looking for men that would take care of them. They were just looking for men that would provide their needs. That's all. That's why you come out and say, now I make money, I don't need a man. No. That you make money, the man doesn't even care if you are not respectful. So that's the thing. So the next thing that women have that men don't really care about that much. I know this I'm saying, it sounds somehow, but this is the truth. It's the truth. And remember, like I said, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't go for it. Go for it for yourself, but not necessarily that you want to use it to get a man. This is very important, but then not really what men prioritize. That is your vision as a woman. Your vision as a woman. So you might have the vision to be the best in this field, to do this, to do that, to break grounds, to all those stuff. But most men don't care. They don't really care. They would prefer, like I say, that lady working in Chick-fil-A that is respectful, McDonald's that is respectful, Mr. Biggs that is respectful, that is with a good past, that is that they are attracted to and is homely and in her feminine energy, than the fact that you want to break grounds or achieve whatever you want to achieve. I'm not saying don't go for it. Go for it. Go break those grounds. It's usually best if you get a man who's willing to support you to that level that you want to achieve. But here's what I'm trying to say. You can possibly be with a man who will allow you to do whatever you want to do, like have the business you want to have, pursue your goals and your vision and whatever. But necessarily, it's not really a priority to him. So what I mean, I think what I mean by this is that even if you don't have it, the man will still want you, which is a flip of the other side of it. Like if you flip it to the other side, which is something we're going to be talking about next week too. Women care about this when it comes to men, but men don't really care about it when it comes to women. So you get the point. So do it for yourself if you have to, but then don't do it because you want to use it to get a man. Do it for yourself. I think that's the best way to put it. Do it for yourself. As long as you are living your best vision. And I think when it even comes to this, I think I want to add something here. I think I want to add something very interesting here. And I think what I want to add here is this. I've discovered that the problem why so many people get it wrong in marriage is because they don't even know what they have in them as a woman. So the Bible called the woman the helpmate, the woman coming to help the man. The problem is that most people don't know the help they carry inside of them. They don't know the help they carry, the kind of help they have. So they end up attaching themselves to men who have visions, but then as a woman, the help you have doesn't fit into his vision. I like to equate the help of a woman to her own vision. So as a woman, you need to figure out what kind of help you carry inside of you, so that you know the kind of man that you can attach yourself to when it's time to settle. So you understand. So I think that's what I wanted to add here. And then I think another thing that men don't really care about so much is your social status as a woman. You might be the president, you might be the governor, you might be the minister, whatever. You might be the biggest blogger, you might be whatever. Men don't really care about this. So even sometimes I know to some weak men or to some men who don't know their place or how to treat a lady, they even feel intimidated with that. Yeah, I know there are men like that. they feel intimidated with that, the fact that you have the social status. They don't want to go near, because there's this ideology that, which I believe is not super right, because I believe in not judging everybody on with stereotypes, or maybe making generalizations. I believe everybody deserves an equal opportunity to prove themselves. So, because there are some women who have achieved some level of social status, they are formal, they are popular, they are famous, and this and the rest. But then they are all that and also disrespectful, or they are all that and also they lose their feminine energy, or they are all that and they forget that in marriage a man is supposed to lead. So here's the thing, most women forget that they can be the boss in the office, but when they come back home, there is a leader. I don't want to use the boss, but you understand what I'm saying? There is somebody at home that she has to submit to. But then if she goes to the office, there are people that will submit to her because she's the leader there. So some women are leaders in their office, and when they come back home, they want to be leaders at home too. And that's why most men try to avoid those women that have social status or have like popular ground in the society and stuff like that, because they want to be the leader. They want to lead. You get my point? I know that there are different lapses here and there when it comes to the kind of man I'm talking to. Like, remember, I'm making this thing most men, and I know that there are women who have good social status, and they are submissive, they are respectful, and there are men who would look at these women, but because of their own low self-esteem as men, they cannot handle or they cannot deal with those kind of women. Yeah, I acknowledge that too. So let it not be like I'm saying that once you have social status, then no man is coming for you. No, there are men coming for you. There are men with the similar social status, or men who are strong, healthy, that can deal with that kind of woman. But then what I'm trying to say in essence is that most times they don't really care about your social status. They just want you to be a nice woman, a loving woman, a woman that knows who she is, enjoys being herself, and can take care of the man's needs. And also, yeah, the man can take care of her needs too. The last one has to do with appearance in a way. It has to do with appearance in a way. So let me explain this. Men care about your look. They care about you. They care about the woman, but they don't care about so much what you put on. I don't know if you get it. They care about the woman, how fine you are or how attracted they are to you, but they don't really care so much about what you put on. So this means the fact that you go to the market and buy wig, Brazilian wig or Cameroonian wig or Abakaliki wig, anyone it is, and decide to put it on your head, barely 2% of men know how much that thing costs or the difference of it. So most times that you are doing it, maybe you are doing it for female competition. Your fellow woman, you are competing for whatever it is, but then men barely know the difference of the hair that is strong or lengthy or whatever. Then also, when it comes to your outfit, back then at home, when you go to the market to buy a man's wear, you can barely buy anything because men's wear are super expensive, while women's wear are relatively cheap. So if you even buy a very cheap cloth and wear, the man doesn't care. He doesn't care what the kind of clothes you are wearing. Like, I'm not talking about the decency part of it. I'm talking about the kind of the make, the products, and whatever. They don't really care. They just want you to be fine. They don't care so much about. Yeah, you should dress. Remember, you should dress to look good. But I'm trying to say that they don't care about the amount, the quality, the brand or whatever. Not a lot of them even know the difference. Even like personally for me, people that know me very well know that I prefer you being natural than having all this makeup that makes most women look like, I don't know, let me close my mouth. But yeah, I prefer you, even if you want to make up, very light, because sometimes when some people make up, they start looking like masquerade. And I don't know why they always do it on their wedding day. I know. I don't know why most women do that. People should not come for me because I'm saying the truth. Like, most times when I look at some women's pictures on their wedding this day. I'm like, and I compare it with the other pictures. I'm like, why are you doing this to yourself? Like, I'm just praying, God, please, when I do my own, please let this woman be the woman that doesn't find so much joy in makeup. Because I want to keep watching our wedding pictures and all those stuff. I don't want to come to a situation where I can't even watch the wedding picture because the person decided on that very day that is your wedding, then you now put on the whole makeup in the world and then look like masquerade. So yeah, men don't really care so much about your makeup that much. Yeah, so if it's done well, if it's done good, yeah, it can enhance. That's what people say, it's enhancing. So it can enhance your beauty or whatever. But the thing there is that if a man likes you, he already likes you, no matter the kind of makeup you make. So, and I think your goal should be to get the man to like the natural you more than the made up you. You want to be real. You don't want to be pretending. Even that there are people who get married and they have not seen the woman they want to date her real face, and then after the wedding, they now get home. The woman started take off wig, take off eyelash, take off nose, take off mouth, take off ear. When you now look at the woman and start scrub out the whole face, and you now look at them like, is this the woman I married? Where's my wife? So you don't want to go there where you look so artificial that the real touch, the real you disappears. And men, we don't care about that much. So we care about your beauty, how attractive you are to us and everything, but we don't really put so much emphasis because we don't even know the difference, the mascara and the eyelid and whatever. We don't really know the difference. So do what you can do, look good. When a guy likes you, he likes you. So I think, yeah, these are the things I think women prioritize. Sometimes when you talk about it, they say they are doing it for them, like their fellow women or for themselves. Well, it's good and fine as long as you agree that you're doing it for yourself. But I just wanted to let you know that if you're doing this so that a man will like you, well, if you attract him, I hope you have the other ones in the list that we discussed earlier to keep him. Because yeah, you can attract him with your beauty, but you have to keep him with your character. You have to keep him with your family values and the rest that we mentioned. So I believe that this video has touched your life. So do well. I encourage you to subscribe if you have not done so. Please share this clip, share this video, share this podcast, the audio version with your friends. It's not too hard. You just have to tell them, hey, listen to Prophet. He has so much value to offer. So share this video, hit the subscribe button on YouTube, like this video if you enjoyed it. At least now you know what men are looking for. Before, maybe you don't know what they are prioritizing. Now you have the weapon, you have the arsenal. You are equipped to prepare yourself so that when this man finally comes, you are ready for him. He doesn't have to look twice, and he's seen you and wants to take you home immediately. So you understand. So you have learned now. So do well to help other people out there to learn too by sharing this video, by subscribing, by allowing us to grow. So thank you very, very much. If you're listening to in Apple Podcast or whichever podcast you're listening to, thank you for being a part of this family. And next week, like I said, we'll be discussing at least 5 things that women prioritize when they are looking for a husband or when they are waiting for a husband, however we want to put it. So that's what we're thinking about. And yeah, I believe it will be an interesting version. And I think the following episode after that should be what I personally think that everybody, especially Christians, should prioritize. Like, if you remember how I said it, if you have a top 10 list or if you have a top 20, I think the ones that we're talking about in the next 2 episodes should be maybe top 5, and then this one we talked about today will now be 6 to 10, put it that way. So yeah, thank you guys for staying up to this moment and hearing me talk about all these things. Like today I feel energized. All right, thank you very much. See you guys in the next episode. Bye.